hello, singers. It is Friday night, November the 17th, 2023, and I'm so excited to have you here for our Friday live session for vocal questions, answers, and some vocal tips. So tonight, what we're going to be talking about, we are going to be talking about vocal tension and how that equates into breathing and how we can experience vocal tension when we are having issues with our breathing. So let me know if you guys can hear and see me. I'm not sure that I've got anybody on. Let me go ahead and recap this. Sorry, guys, I am looking. I do see that I have somebody peeking in tonight. Welcome to True Voice Studio Live. We are talking about, just to repeat myself, we are talking about vocal tension and how breathing plays into that. Good evening, Sarah. So good to see you here tonight. So I have some tips for you tonight on breathing. So we recapped the last time we went live on muscle tension and how muscle tension correlates into and plays into our singing and vocal tension. And vocal tension, we know, can cause vocal strain, and that can lead into vocal damage as well. And we don't want that. We don't want vocal tension at all. There are so many factors. Our second topic that we're going to talk on tonight for vocal tension is the subject of breathing. If we have inconsistent airflow, not enough airflow, too much, we don't really know how to breathe, then what's going to happen is that can also equate into vocal tension. If you have respiratory problems, if you have asthma, if you've been sick, if you're tired, if you have a full stomach, there's all kinds of reasons that our airflow can be interrupted when we are singing. So I have 3 points for you tonight on breathing. First thing that we're going to touch on is to avoid vocal tension in relation to breathing. Are you over breathing? Are you under breathing? In other words, are you taking really huge, gargantuan air, just big, huge breaths of air? Are you taking in way too much? Perhaps you're not breathing enough. You're not getting enough airflow. There are many things that can cause an interruption to that, but you might be over breathing, you might be under breathing. So we're going to go over something tonight that we can do just to kind of relax that and get into that. The second thing we're going to cover is posture. That correlates. Now, our posture is huge in breathing, and it can help or it can hinder our airflow when we look at posture. When you're singing, are you slumped over? We have talked about this before, but that airflow is super important. If you're interrupting that, you're not breathing right, your posture is something that you really need to look for, okay? So if you're like me, I slump over sometimes, and I'll find myself at the computer, or if I'm singing or practicing, and pretty soon I'm just hunched over, and I'm like, okay, we gotta quit this. I gotta straighten myself back up. So put a thumbs up if you have posture issues, and if you think that has played into your airflow, into your breathing. So anyway, we're going to have Sarah join in the conversation here in a second. The next thing is, and Sarah, I just love that you're here tonight. Thank you so much. Yeah, I slouch too. Okay, and then the third thing we're going to do is, are you doing breathing exercises? There are exercises that you can do. There are breathing things that you can do that specifically focus on airflow. And there are too many to go over in a very short, informative vocal tip session like we have here. But I do have them more in depth where you can access them, and I'll be letting you know how to join in on that here pretty soon as well. Okay, so the first thing, we're talking over breathing, under breathing. So what I want you to do is just sit nice and tall, or you can stand, and you're going to breathe in through your nose. I want you to look at your posture. The first two things are we over breathing or under breathing? And then we're going to look at our posture. So look in the mirror, or if you have a camera, something that you can look into, or you can follow me and mirror me. But I want you to look and see, am I standing nice and comfortable? Now, not rigid and stiff like you're a soldier at attention, but just nice and relaxed. You can stand to do this, but just we're going to stand just nice and relaxed, or you can sit nice and relaxed. And I want you to take a nice inhale through your nose, very nice. And we're gonna do on the count of 5, and then we're going to hold it for 5 seconds, and then we're going to exhale. Okay, so we're going to this is a breathing exercise and just a nice thing to relax our airflow. We're getting all that in there. This is all going to work into balancing your airflow. Okay, are you guys ready? So with me on the count, just start with me, and we're going to breathe in for the count of 5, and I'll count it out for you. And then when my finger, I should have a timer. I'll have one next time, guys. Sorry about that. But let's go ahead and breathe in for 5, hold for 5, and then exhale. All right, nice and slow, in through your mouth, hold and exhale. Here we go. Now just breathe normal. Nice and relaxed. When you're breathing, I want you to think of just breathing and think of your lungs as an accordion. And I'm going to put us a little bit of mood music in, okay? So I'm going to count this for you, and I'm going to say breathe in, and then I'm going to count for you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you're going to hold at the top 5, and then you're going to exhale. So nice and straight. You're nice and relaxed. And let's throw in some music here, you guys. Let me know if you can hear that, okay? All right, let's go. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Breathe in and out normally a couple times. Breathing in through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. It's a long time. Now, if breathing 5 seconds is too much, or holding it 5 seconds is too much, let it go. Okay, here we go again. Are you ready? Here we go. Breathe in, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Let's just breathe a little bit. We'll have a little bit of a second of a conversation here. Give me a thumbs up how's that feel? Give me a thumbs up if you're liking this, guys. This is just to regulate that airflow. Hey, Zach, good to see you. Welcome. I'm really, really excited to see you here tonight, Zach. Okay, how's this working for you guys? Good deal. I see some hearts and some likes. Okay, are you ready? Now, the key here is we're breathing in between normal. This is new, and for those of you, if 5 seconds is too much, just do what you can and then exhale. Don't get dizzy. Are y'all ready? Here we go. And inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Awesome. Now don't pass out. Now Sarah's saying, I'm going to go ahead, Sarah, and I'm going to bring you into the. She says I'm going to pass out. Now I don't know if you're teasing or not. Now these can be challenging. So if it feels too much, just breathe in. If inhaling on 2 is better for you, breathe in and hold it a couple seconds. You can hear the gist of this song is the tempo of generally each beat is about a second. So let's try that again. Don't overbreathe, don't underbreathe. Relax. Here we go. And inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Now we're going to do another round, except this time I'm going to stand, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So stand now, okay? You guys should be standing. Here we go. Now you're going to have your feet hip width apart and your hands facing forward just by your side, okay? And then when we inhale this time, we're going to lift our hands up and we're going to hold our breath at the top, the same thing. So I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to go through the motions this first time with you, and then I'll do the count for you as well. So are you ready? Give me a thumbs up if you guys are ready. We should be standing, feet hip width apart, palms facing forward. No, we're not going to do... Sarah's saying, am I tricking you into workout? No, I'm not tricking you into workout. This is a breathing. It's a breathing exercise. Here we go. Are you ready? And inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Nice. Inhale and exhale. We're going to do this one more time, and this is all you need to do. This is a real quick little short breathing exercise, something you can do throughout the day, and challenge yourself. Go only as much as you can. Remember, you don't want to overbreathe, you don't want to underbreathe, you don't want to hold your breath. Too much of it's for you. Now, this is just a very basic ground level, so I'm not going crazy with a more advanced breathing just because this is introductory, and because we're not live in a workshop where I can actually visibly monitor what you all are doing. I don't want anyone getting injured or passing out. All right, so here we go. Are you ready? Breathe in. As you inhale up, you're going to raise your arms up above your head and just hold them for 5 seconds. 1, 2, here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Is that fun? You guys having fun with that? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is just take a nice relaxed inhale and exhale. Here we go. Just really relaxed. Don't overdo it, you guys. Don't strain. No strain. Just breathe normal now. So we're going to take just a little bit of a break, and we are going to, I want to check our comments here and see if y'all have any questions. Let me see. Sarah says, what happened to the jams? Okay, I turned them off so I could talk to you. Okay, did you guys like that? Did you find that helpful? So the airflow is so important. This is just one little thing that you can do to start developing airflow in your breathing and your singing. So the gist of it, just follow along with what we did here. We really didn't do a whole lot of time. The key here is to relax, to make sure that you are not breathing, or if the inhale feels like it's too long, just inhale till you're done, and then hold it at the top as long as you can until I'm telling you to release, and then we're just leaving our hands down. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and let's look at, let's see. Zach says, you try to breathe this way for your yoga. So Zach, that's really good. I know yoga does a lot of incorporating with airflow, with stretching, with really getting in touch with all of the muscles and the systems in the body. So breathing is one of the big things with yoga, but I know that breathing, it's important with anything you're doing. If you don't have proper airflow, boy, I'm telling you what, your body will, you're going to feel it, especially when you come to singing. Okay, so let's see. We have Sarah says Phoebe didn't want to raise her arms, but you did. Oh my goodness. And let me see. Sarah says Zach asked about box breathing. Now, I'm not sure what you mean by box breathing, Zach. I'm not familiar with the term, believe it or not. I do all types of breathing therapy and exercises, but in what context are you talking about using that? Just jot that down for me. I'm learning too. This is pretty darned amazing. Let's see if he's got anything to follow up on that. Let me see. It's the even count that you're using. Yeah, that's a way of putting it. What we're doing is we're just keeping a very rhythmic, very steady time so that you are breathing on time and you're exhaling on time. And the point of having that beat behind you and the clock behind you is simply to start giving you a place to measure your breathing, to measure, see how your airflow is working and what capacity that you're working at. Okay, so that is what we're going to cover today. There is so much more to do with breathing. Another great, fantastic thing you can do with breathing is, of course, your lip rolls. There are other airflow exercises as well, but lip rolls is another one that we can do. And let me know if you all would like to do some lip roll and some other breathing exercises with lip rolls. And it's a breathing challenge is what it is. We can do that with the lip roll. And then there's another way to do it. There's so many things we can do. But breathing is, just to reiterate, it is definitely something that you want to look at. You want to make sure your airflow is relaxed and steady. And the exercises we did today are going to strengthen your lung capacity. Remember, you are a singing machine. You are a singing athlete. There are three main ingredients in singing. You've got to have airflow. That is the gas. That's the fuel. You've got to have cord closure. Your cord closure is what gives you that tread and the grip and creates the sound, the phonation. And then the stabilized larynx is the third ingredient, and that's where we go into all of the different exercises that strengthen and develop and help to develop stamina, strength in the just all of the vowels and consonants that we use. And they're just simply a very easy system of bringing in different vowel consonant combinations in. So I hope this helped you today. We're looking at Thanksgiving week next week, and let me see, who do we have here? Okay, Sarah, hello. Patricia's in the broadcast today. So good to see you today. She says, I'm breathing easier now that the weekend is here. Isn't that the truth? Do any of you find that you feel like your breathing is affected when you start getting stressed? Doesn't matter what. Like, I know for me, if I'm stressed and I try to go jogging or a walk, my breathing capacity feels like it's gotten really limited. Let me know. Just write that down if you're feeling that way. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, Sarah, you're so sweet. Sarah's so sweet. Oh my goodness. Let me know if you guys have any questions on tonight. So write down in the comments if you have questions, if you have felt any challenges with breathing when you're singing. I know sometimes if you have different lung issues, if you're sick, respiratory problems or anything, that can most definitely affect your breathing, and that can cause vocal tension. So I hope this has been helpful for you tonight, and we are going to recap tonight. So we talked about, the first thing we talked about, hold on, let me see if I can get my little machine in here, and I'm just going to write this down. If you want to write these little 3 points down here and let me know. Okay, so the first thing that we talked about tonight is we talked about, hang on just one second, let me put that in there. Okay, so we talked about the first one. We talked about overbreathing, and underbreathing. So you can take too big of breaths and you can take not enough breaths. Okay, and I'm sure we've all been guilty of that before when we have, oh my gosh, we're taking these gargantuan breaths or we're not getting enough. That is one. Okay, the second thing we talked about is posture. Huge. Our posture, what is your posture like? Do your practicing, do your rehearsing in front of a mirror. Look in the mirror, guys, when you're doing your exercises. Have something to mirror what you're doing. Sometimes if you don't see what you're doing, you don't realize your posture is poor. You don't realize you're trying to bring your forehead and your jaws and everything else into your voice. Your voice will function without the use of your forehead, I promise, okay? And it functions much better if your posture is good, okay? And then the third thing we did a breathing exercise tonight. And if you want to go over that, you can just jot on there any old time, guys. You can look at those breathing exercises and just throw this on and go over those. If you're struggling with any kind of airflow issues, if you're struggling with asthma, I believe, I know somebody on the feed that was on here earlier, that they have had some respiratory issues. And I myself, when I was little, I had asthma, and that can really, really cause a problem when you're trying to sing. Huge deal. So make sure that you're seeing a physician if you have any kind of lung issues. If you're sick, give yourself some grace. Don't be trying to do some crazy marathon breathing, okay? Zach, I know that you said you were doing this felt very similar to some of what you were doing with your yoga exercises. Breathing is huge, guys. There's so much more, but those are the 3 points in breathing that we talked about tonight. So let me know if you had any questions. I'm just overwhelmed and excited. You guys, I really appreciate you being here tonight. I'm just, like I said, I'm overwhelmed at the kindness and the participation that you guys are doing. It's a Friday night and you guys are here on the internet with me and joining me for this live and learning a little bit of something about breathing. Let me know if I can help you, okay? If you have any questions, jot down in under today's live. Let me know if you have any questions at all. There is so much more in the world of breathing, but tonight we were just recapping another thing that causes vocal tension, and it is basically breathing. If you're breathing incorrectly or your lung capacity is not real great, just your posture, so many things can affect breathing, and that affects your voice, and it can absolutely cause vocal tension. So keep those things in mind. If you like these videos and if you have any questions or a future topic that you would like me to talk about, please post it in the comments below today's video, and I will touch base with you and we will get it on. We'll make sure and cover your questions, okay? So that is everything for now. It's been a pleasure. Love you guys. I really, really appreciate you. I hope this finds you well, and I'll see you all next week. Bye for now.